Oh, and did you see the FBI's like they sent another heads up in a sense so that the rest of us don't go berserk and let me see if I can find it. I love when I like spam people with my cat videos. Oh yeah, okay, so this was the 28th of August at 3 a.m. Okay, I'll read it because it's human trafficking is the illegal exploitation of people, and it could happen anywhere and any community. Victims are often hidden in plain sight, and traffickers prey on the vulnerable for profit. The FBI is committed to working with our partners to identify victims, bring traffickers to justice, and protect our communities. Find out more on our work to combat this crime and assist victims at that link there. But this is FBI Indianapolis on Twitter/X. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty interesting observation. I think everything has been CSAM, a exploitative ring, so to speak. And we know it has its roots in the judicial system with acolytes, mercenaries of said former judges that had connections to escort rings, who said acolytes then probably had a Dropbox named after them, in which there were a ton of people implicated. And then basically had a ton of people cover up for them. Some of the biggest based out of Lafayette, who potentially teamed up with said Dropbox account named guy to create a certain online gaming platform video that reenacted the unalivings of 2 kids in Delphi. Hence all the the deep dives into the terrain. Somebody had to build up that terrain, right? Oh, and then all the other collaborators that worked alongside while making that reenactment video. One of them is now deceased. Pretty sure took out a wife and then took out himself. Oh, and then I think the daughter of the person that framed RA 2 years before his arrest, I think that daughter helped out on that video. Yeah. And why? Well, I think it was a Shay Watson made a good observation, as did many of you others who are more knowledgeable than myself, that this reenactment video was different from what Gray Hughes put out, simply mostly based on what the people were wearing, based on certain people's memories of what they were wearing. Oh, and then there was always a butting of heads between one of the guys behind the reenactment and the Gray Hughes of the world. Interesting, right? So, one of the guys with the reenactment, close connections with law enforcement, close connections with all sorts of ins and outs. Freemasonry, the Brotherhood, all of that kind of stuff. I think they all knew what was going on. And Richard Allen was a fall guy. He was preordained to be the fall guy. For whatever reason, we can't know. And basically, one of the other guys is still alive, the mercenary. Let's call him the mercenary. He's probably an informant because he gets to show up in very public places when he has warrants out for his arrest. Interesting. Wasn't the Lafayette Boys Club, wasn't that based out of Lafayette? With the escorts and Felts? That's interesting. So we basically have somebody that's a mercenary that's also knows a Keegan Klein, who's also friends with our, what should we call him? 833? Should we call him that? The numeric associations to our alphabet? The 833? Should we do that? Or will he dox me again with more information? Because when he got doxed to law enforcement for impersonating a minor on an open, active murder investigation. That's why he got doxed. And he got doxed in a space that nobody wanted to go into or touch because it was scary. It was an archive on some link, and nobody knew whether or not it was, contaminated, whatever you call it. So, or 424, yeah. I mean, there's all of them. So hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, because I do think that everybody that was involved in the making of the roadblocks definitely ran cover for the Patties and definitely ran cover for law enforcement / the judicial system. Or were there pawns? So interesting. So what was so important then? What was so important? Yeah, I think so. I think the crayon is the mercenary. If we're talking about the same. Yeah. What's the 8th letter and what's the 3rd letter? 833? Since he likes to talk in code. Oh, and he is a coder. Going to that Black Hat convention and doing this to us. He's so smart. He's so smart, though. He's got us all fooled. Even though there was a gal that confronted him as soon as Roblox came out saying, hey, why did you go and make that cartoon? It's disgusting. Why would you pretend to be a 13-year-old girl? The great-granddaughter of murdered people. What was so important about Stevenson's, guys? What do you need decoded? Yeah. Well, they all know each other. They're all inbred. They all are incestuous. So, yeah. Yeah. Yep. I'm beyond caring. The police know everything. Yeah, exactly, ACV. Yep. Mercenary. Yep. Yeah, he was. He fools everyone, right? If you harass somebody enough, they're going to dig down deeper. And that's what happened. My police know everything. My parents' police know everything. The FBI knows everything. Everything has been tipped in. Every last bit of it. So no, there's no mercy. There's no truce. No bygones be bygones. Yeah. Yeah, ACV. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The mercenary. Trial junkie. I think the Shadow Man is the mercenary as well. Why else would you involve yourself from day one? To keep an eye on it. Why embed so many people online on the case? To keep an eye on it. To sway public opinion. Yeah, it was a fake granddaughter, yeah. Mm-hmm. Taste Okay was the name. Taste Okay. Yeah. TJ, what ACV says? I'm not. I'm angry. I'm angry and pushed into a corner. That's what rabid animals do. And if you think it was okay to terrorize me, it wasn't. And they could have gone away quietly, you know? They could have backed off, but they made it more obvious. Yeah, I'm trying, Montana. I mean, my police know the individuals that are trying to get me swatted. Yeah. Clever girl is Tracy. She's from Michigan. They lied and said that I had outed her children. No. Tracy from Michigan is some sort of sextortion ring, yeah. Yeah. What Montana girl says. Mm-hmm. It's a red herring. Yep. That could have been Mike Patty from November. That's good, Trial Junkie. That's why I don't trust anyone. But the FBI is looking into all of them. All of them. It is fake, Carol. It's a red herring. Like, you know, it definitely was altered, I think. But even if it wasn't altered, I don't think it's from the day when they say it is. What is not true? And with the Rolex video, you think you know who I think it is, ACV? Yeah. I think one of them's deceased. One of them is a mercenary. One of them is the person that will harass me the most. And one of them is the daughter of a person that framed RA. Hmm. Well, Cal, this is a different thing. Oh, Tracy, are you Trump and dumb? All right. That's fine. We'll leave Tracy alone. But she did definitely sabotage me, so. There are bigger fish to fry, though. So we can leave them alone. I don't know why they chose Richard Allen. I don't know why the girls were killed. Yeah, I didn't know what that meant either, Cal. You don't recognize any of which names? Pseudoephedrine, yeah. So, there's nothing else, guys. I think I'll get going. Don't send anyone your personal information ever. Don't let them have your phone number. They can trace you through that. Then one of the names that shows up on an ACV, one of the usernames. Plus, one of the usernames that was shared by mother and daughter was Flapper Girl 1920s. That is code Flapper Girl 19 to 20. 20 years old. Drop a link. I can't. This is the YouTube. It's just one. Yeah. And at the end of the video, the Roblox, there's a sorority girl jumping up and down, clapping her ass cheeks. It's like a sexual thing, I guess. I don't know my porn well enough. I apologize. But jumping up and down and clapping her cheeks, or clapping something else. Flapper girl. Clapper girl. They love Gatsby references. They love fish references. Yeah, it's pretty gross. So, yeah. The 1920s, yeah. But 19, 20-year-olds. Now they're 1925. Flapper girl. So she's probably 25. Yeah. Lisa, yep. All in Alex's archive. Clap shippy. Hopefully the FBI is watching this. They are watching several big Delphi creators. Bigger, I should say. I will be. I'll be safe. And if I end up something, you guys know who to look at. It doesn't matter, Trump and dump. You're fine. Nobody cares. It's a small fish thing. The bigger fish are the people that are covering up the murders. Yeah. People around us participating in chats as if they're not bad actors. Exactly. Because they have to keep the facade going. Yeah. But they're, Prof was right about if you give them clicks and you watch them, you give them more power. But I can't stop people from watching them, which is fine. Like, I think you guys should get to watch them, and learn what they're thinking, what they're planning, kind of thing. It's whatever you guys want to do, because like it's still information, it's still intel, it's still interesting to see what bothers them, But why else like release the BG video on 312 when that's also your Discord username, and you also started your channel on 12/12/2021. 1 and 2 is 3/12/2021. Trump and Dumb is probably Tracy from Michigan. Yeah. Yep, they did. Montana girl. Yep. Yep. They love their numbers. That's right. 213 all the way, guys. You'll see 2031. You'll see 310s, 1310s. There's a ton of them. I have them, but yep. Why did they bring the world in? It was the dumbest thing they could have done, but I think they wanted to make money off of it. I think they wanted clout. It's unfortunate. Is an angel number? Yeah, there's plenty of angel numbers that can also be bad. But you see, like, that's another thing that 13 is. It's like kind of a mock to Christianity, which is 12, the 12 disciples and all of that. So a lot of things that we see will be mocking things that are sacred. I call it inversion. Stupid competition. Yeah. Yeah. It's something. They launder money, and that's a great way to launder it. There's something there, allegedly, all alleged, right? There's a bunch of illegal, illicit businesses that I'm speculating about that run through there, that need their money laundered, need their money cleaned. So 3021, yep. Yep. Insurance, yep. Insurance fraud, yep. Real estate stuff, yep. All of that. Seems pretty advanced. It is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's a well-organized machine through law enforcement, through that area for a long time. That's why the FBI is in Kentucky, doing a RICO right now. Or pretending to do a RICO. We shall see. And that's why they're looking into Indiana. It's probably the same overlapping evil. Northern Kentucky and Indiana. They've had these long, embedded, deeply rooted evil institutions. Boys clubs, whatever you want to call them. Yeah. Yeah. Child junkie, yep. And there were a lot of people, nationwide and global. Yep. Yep. It's fine, Trump and Dump. We don't care. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about you. But I mean, if you want to keep drawing attention to yourself, go ahead. Hi, Dana. Yeah, it's a totality of evil. Yeah, it's a cartel. It's a cartel in that it is its own government that operates outside of real government and the real rule of law. It makes its own law. It adheres to its own laws. It doesn't have to be anything other than what it is for itself. So again, I don't know why Abby and Libby were killed. Don't block Montana. Okay. Yeah. No, you're good. People CC's cooked up on their own, long-term connected to others. Yeah. Out there with walkie-talkies. Yeah. All right, Trump and up. See you later. 8mm, yeah. Portland girl? I can't even see Portland girl. Oh, okay. I see DD. So yeah, guys, that's about all. I'm sure I'm gonna get harassment for this. At least you guys know that I'm not a monster. Yeah, I went out. I don't want to be with this anymore. I don't want to be harassed anymore. I didn't call you a monster, Trump. I didn't call you a monster. The people who are monsters know who they are. So, thank you. Probably. Alright. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, leg. Nice. Everybody take care. Have a good night. I'll talk to you all later. Actually, I need to use my mouse.